Welcome back to Go Winnipeg. It is so beautiful here at Shelmerdine's, John.
Thank you.
John LaPere, he's going to be our tree and shrub guy and all things plants. I have to say, John, this tree looks a little sad.
Well, a lot of trees and shrubs do after the winter. They've taken quite a walloping with snow loads and just animals brushing against them and sometimes nibbling on them. So now's a good time of year to prune any trees or shrubs that aren't going to flower in the spring. So don't prune things like lilacs or flowering crab apples or plums. Let them flower and then prune them afterwards. But most other things, it's a great time of year to prune for deciduous trees and shrubs. We have a linden here actually that we overwintered in our sales yard, and there's a little bit of damage here on the branch. So definitely prune off anything like that right to the next intersection where there's a bud there. And there's also a couple branches that are rubbing against each other here. You want to pick one that looks nice and get rid of the other one so that it doesn't they don't rub against each other and open up a wound for diseases or anything like that.
So I noticed, okay, you're pruning shears. I mean, is there a little bit of maintenance on that too, or is things that people can do to sharpen them up?
Certainly. Now's a great time of year to get your gardening tools ready. They've been sitting in the garage sometimes over the winter. You can buy a sharpening block, sort of as you'd sharpen a knife, and rub it against your pruners and just get any gunk off from last year. Put a bit of WD-40 inside to make sure they're going nicely, and then away you go.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about trees now. I mean, there's so much talk, Dutch elm disease. I was mentioning beforehand the ugly black fungus that I know a few of our trees have.
Yeah, that's called black knot. It's a fungus that's specific to chokecherry trees, so most trees aren't affected. But it is a sad case for chokecherries. There's no cure for it. But yeah, definitely look at your trees and see if anything looks funny. Some funguses give a burnt appearance to the tree. You would prune off anything like that. But now is another good time to spray the trees with a dormant oil. That will kill any overwintering insects or fungus that is on the tree, and you would spray that on with a hose sprayer or one of those pump sprayers before the buds open. So now's the right time to do it. Wait until it's at least 10 degrees outside during the day. Don't do it if it's really windy or in the hot sun, but now's the time of year to do that as well.
I have never heard of a linden tree. How hardy are they, and as far as diseases go, I mean, care-wise?
They're very hardy. They're one of my favorite trees. They grow very well here. Basswood is another name that people commonly use for it, and there really are no diseases or pests that tend to bother them. They have nice little flowers that come out sort of midsummer with a fragrance to them, and really nice big leaves. They're a popular shade tree.
Well, okay, our journey will continue here at Shelmerdine's with John. Right now, though, we're going to have a wonderful story about an outstanding kid. His name is Sean Mullen, and let's say he's overcome all odds and so much more. Here's Sean.